I'm Emily Longnecker at the State House. It's quiet at this hour, but that wasn't the case today following the Senate's vote, with some protesters yelling at lawmakers as they left.
Shouts of anger for some lawmakers as they got on the elevator to leave when today's session was over. The moment came after a few hundred protesters in support of abortion rights watched as senators passed Senate Bill 1, placing more restrictions on abortion access in the state of Indiana. The frustrated response to that move for some was palpable.
I'm overflowing with sadness and anger and disappointment, and I'm feeling a lot of emotions, so it's just how it's coming out.
For Abigail Ward, the how came with tears.
I can't say I'm necessarily surprised by what happened, but I'm incredibly saddened and disappointed and angry.
This feels so personal to me.
So personal that Nancy Cohn left her house where she watched the vote to come downtown to let senators know she wasn't happy with their decision.
But when the vote happened, I just felt like, no, we need to be visible. We need to show the women in Indiana that this is not a majority opinion.
What I am going to do is speak to the thousands of people that are in the gallery, that are out there watching this on television.
Senate Minority Leader Greg Taylor addressed Hoosiers like Abigail Ward and Nancy Cohn from the Senate chamber after the vote.
This comes down to power, people. That's all it is. It only comes down to power. And the only way to yield and terminate power is to raise your voice. And the only voice that you have in this matter here is the power to vote. Please vote in November.
Whether that happens or not, though, many of these protesters say they'll be back next week with some of the same signs and chants, this time so that Indiana's House members can hear their voices too.
I literally never, ever imagined that I would see this day.
And while a few hundred protesters came out to the State House today, none of them were from the anti-abortion camp.